I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Vita and Chip and Culpy.
To cross myself. This is WATAIN.
Yep.
We haven't done WATAIN in quite some time.
No, we haven't done Black Fire in a long time.
We haven't done Black Fire in quite... Well, we did, Agalok. Agalok is a black metal.
The problem is I kept forgetting to put the Black Fire intro.
But this is like satanic. This is like real, like true cult satanic stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, it's different. This
It's been a while.
WATAIN are like, literally, like, they're singing.
Oh.
Like, this is the band, they blood and all this other stuff. Yeah.
Big head and all that?
Yeah. James Hetfield.
Oh, yeah.
James Hetfield, pray for us.
That was.
Shout out to Holly Hawks.
I look at him so much over there. I think he's so cute, and I like how his guitar, his hair pokes. It comes poking through his hair.
I got him right by Charlie. So you got Charlie there, I got James Hetfield. So I'm covered. I'm covered. So WATAIN can't harm me. Not when I have Charlie and James Hetfield on the job.
Right? All right.
Shoot a straw.
Ready for this?
Yeah. So if you want to check out our timely political commentary, you can check us out at Middle America Vin and Sori.
That's also where the firesides are happening. So.
Yeah, we're gonna pick those up. We basically took a winter vacation, basically.
Unintentionally, but.
Unintentionally. so we're back.
Yep.
In full effect, and then hers is My Story Life. You can check it out.
Yep.
And if you want to rock some of our cool gear, which none of us are on brand right now, did you order your thingamajig yet?
No, because I actually had a thought in the middle of the night. I thought, it's kind of weird when you wear your Middle America because it's your face on your body, and then it's kind of weird like when I wear my Sori shirt because it's like my face on my body, which is also weird. So I thought, why don't I just order your size, and then I order Middle America for me.
So.
I'd rather wear Middle America.
Well, I like my Middle America hoodie, though.
Well, okay, you're fine wearing your own self, but I think it's weird to wear myself on my body. So,
That doesn't make any sense.
I'll order a Sori shirt, secret shirt.
All right.
But you wear it.
All right, sure. I'm still going to wear my Middle America thing.
You can, but you can also be on brand for me as well. Okay.
Any day now.
Well, I have to put headphones in.
All right, WATAIN Story Antichrist, let's go.
Go.
Eternity in the dark.
Eric. Eric. Yeah, I sent an email out to. We were this close to getting an interview with Eric from WATAIN.
Oh, what happened?
That close.
What did we do?
Huh?
What did we do?
He had other stuff to do.
Oh,
We were
okay.
touring or something like that, but we were pretty close. We've had a couple major black metal. We had a black metal interview recently with Batushka. We're shout out to those guys. Keep your head up, big homie.
Yep.
So yeah, I almost had an interview with him, but yeah, it was in a
When the
conversation.
timing's right.
And the timing's right, inshallah. Satan willing. Is that what they do? You gotta flip everything on its head. You can't say God willing.
Satan unwilling.
Beelzebub unwilling. So is that a yes or?
Wait, what's happening? So, yes.
All right. So what? I was asking why did we do the live version? Because black metal is usually very sloppy, and so I wanted to hear, the instrumentation. But about 45 seconds in, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
because their it was still good instrumentation, even though they did it live.
Yeah.
And then did the person personally do the lyric video for us?
No. I got online, but I was surprised because
It's live.
I didn't realize that it was going to be a live. I thought it was just a lyric video with, sometimes they'll put some clips
Right,
of live.
with live
But it was
clips.
actually live, and somebody put the lyrics, which I thought was really smart. I liked.
Okay. So this is Storm of the Antichrist,
Yeah.
and
I'm really interested in breaking down the lyrics.
okay.
Musically, I loved the sound of it, and I liked the sound of their voices. Had that,
Musically, it was that true cult black metal sound.
yeah, it has a
Like
capturing.
Magua and Batushka, like they take it to me, it seems like Magua and Batushka are expanding the genre. Which of course I'm a complete outsider, so what the hell do I know? Whereas this is more like traditional, old school.
Yeah, I think
No.
I'm more of a traditional, old school person because I like this.
You don't like Magua and Batushka.
Not like you do. No. Mm-mm.
I love those guys.
No. So with these guys, are they? You were saying that they're like true like Satan.
They are. I'm pretty certain they're like. They're theistic Satanists, meaning they believe that there is some entity out there in the universe that they worship and follow and all that.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
I think that
Satan is not. This is what I've gotten from what people have said about this band. Satan is not just an idea. Like with Behemoth, Satan is like an archetypical figure or a
Yeah.
representative idea of rebellion or indulgence or whatever. What I'm getting from all the things I've heard about this band is they're theistic, especially Eric. They're theistic Satanists, that they believe that there's an actual, dark intelligence that they need to follow and that gives them power, and that they're in a self-conscious, they're self-aware in battle with us,
yeah.
with God, Jehovah, whatever.
Well, I mean, I feel like that it has like a spiritual feel to it.
Yeah.
For good or for evil.
Yeah.
I could feel that energy. I like that energy though. I don't know why. I don't know what we were singing about. I saw some of the
Well,
stuff.
the title of the song is Storm of the Antichrist.
I know. So I'm guessing it's the Antichrist coming. But some of the stuff I was like, oh my gosh. But then I was like, I don't know. Like at the end when it said, the fathers like wanting their own children.
Fathers desire their own spawn.
Yeah, like that.
Bloodlines tainted through
I was like,
fornication.
ugh. But then I was like, well, at the same time, this is the coming of something bad. Like, and then bad things are happening. So it kind of hand in hand.
What do you mean?
Is this about the coming of the Antichrist?
Well, yeah, it's
And
Storm of the
then
Antichrist.
within that environment, fathers desire their own children.
Yeah.
Desire how? I thought it was like a bad, like a sexual, like desire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so then it kind of made sense. Like I was appalled at first. I was like, ugh, why would?
You know,
and then I was like, oh well, actually.
there's a lot of things where it's like people are very liberal as far as, oh yeah, people can do what they want, but a lot of people usually draw the line with that stuff, with incest.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's But then I feel like sometimes part of black metal is to be as shocking as you possibly can. And so it's like, okay, well, this is a taboo that even secularists and even people who would call themselves Satanists, so we're going to say, boom, here we go.
Right.
And it's like, well, yeah, you're right. I mean, if your guy, Eric, was to take over the world, then that's one of the things that would happen. Now, I don't believe that there's going to be an Antichrist figure that's going to take over the world. I'm a Christian, and I don't believe that there's going to be some global Antichrist who rules the entire planet.
Right.
But if there was one, this type of stuff would happen for sure. Because, you know, it's like...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I wasn't... At first I was like, but then I was like, well... Yeah, I guess.
Babylon rides a beast of 7 heads. These guys know their Bible so well.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, somebody must have come up in the... or they're just doing their research.
You have to. There's a woman who rides the beast in the book of Revelation.
Yep.
And it's actually interesting because my interpretation of that, of course, it's Revelation, very difficult to interpret. My interpretation of that, though, is what happens when religious institutions get in bed with the state. Because there is a church-state separation that is clearly spelled out in the New Testament. And that it always gets bad when the church and the state are in bed together because one generally manipulates the other. Yeah. And so there's a woman who rides the beast in the book of Revelation, and that's basically, without giving you guys a 55-minute Bible lesson, that's basically the old church that's in league with Rome to persecute the Christians. And so that was just an interesting part because I'm like, this is interesting. Across the world in doom, phallus of death, once more erect, demon stains the grass of Gethsemane.
Babe, this is the very last stanza.
I know.
Okay.
I know, it was just... The Gethsemane is the garden where Jesus was praying and he asked God, you know, if it's your will, remove this cup from me. Yeah. And then, you know, God essentially says no. Right. And then Jesus is I love the way that it's portrayed in the Passion, because in the Passion he's praying, he's asking God to remove this cup of suffering that he's about to endure. He's about to go to the cross, and then God clearly God says no in the story, and then there's like a little serpent that comes down and he smashes it on the head. I was like, yeah, that's some gangster. That's gangster Jesus right there. Yeah, I love the way Jesus was portrayed in the Passion. Yeah, very, very regal, very like you could tell this is not a regular person. Like this dude, you know, like, and it was crazy too because when the guards were coming to arrest him, they were afraid of him. Yeah, they portrayed that they were scared of him because it's like you're dealing with I mean, one of the Elohim there, my friend.
And he had done miracles around them. They knew it, you know, and they were afraid of the people that followed Jesus, which is why they went in the middle of the night. Yeah, with a whole, you know.
Yeah, you're dealing with one of the Elohim, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure that the way that he carried himself was like, okay, like he came from this relationship that looks a little bit shisty because was Joseph married to Mary or not? So then he's a bastard son. But then, you know, and he's a carpenter, which doesn't really sound like anything that's high. But then he must have carried himself in such a way that was like, yeah, who is this guy? You know?
Well, the Romans were scared of him.
Yeah.
In the Passion, which was, you know, like, I love the way that he's portrayed there. But the potency of serpent seed. Have I ever told you the serpent seed doctrine?
I don't know.
So the serpent seed doctrine is the doctrine that there's variations of it, but my favorite one is that when Eve ate of the fruit, it wasn't like a literal fruit. It was engaging in intercourse with the devil, which is why.
What?
Yeah.
Then how did she give some to Adam?
Well,
it became a threesome.
Well, no, it was just they didn't really focus on that. But anyway,
okay.
which is why Cain belonged to the evil one because Cain was the firstborn, and that came about due to the relationship between Eve and the devil. So it birthed Cain. So the idea is that the Antichrist is going to be another kind of relationship like that between the devil and some woman, because
it says injected now in the womb of God.
Yeah. But this guy, they follow a lot of Kabbalistic stuff, and there's a feminine essence of God in Kabbalah. So.
The other time it was Satan. Like, I don't believe that whole story, because then the Adam thing doesn't make any sense, amongst other things. But even still.
Explains how Cain, the scripture says he belonged to the evil one.
Yeah, but there was other ones that said that too, and none of that happened.
What are you talking about?
What about Judas?
Didn't say he belonged to the evil one.
He's a son of perdition.
He's son of destruction.
Yeah.
John says that Cain specifically belonged to the evil one.
Does it say that about anybody else?
No.
Seriously?
Well, Jesus said, in John 8, you're children of your father the devil.
Yeah.
I'm from above, you're from below.
Okay.
If I'd have said otherwise, I'd have been a liar like you.
We were talking about that the other night. We were like, I can't believe Jesus talked to people like that.
Jesus said a bunch of extra stuff to people. There's reasons they wanted to kill him. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. You cannot hide your fears from me when even the bodies roaming thee spells out your giant fall, man and beast. Thinkest thou not that I see the panic in your eyes as the world grows dark and the mysteries thicken around thee? I'm assuming he's talking to either God or Jesus.
Okay.
Secrets revealed in shrines of the dead that speak in the tongues of a gate, a door to the abyss between the triad's base, a crack in the circle, a hole in the world. So this is like that's
how he's getting in.
Yeah, it's cracked, the underworld.
I thought it was interesting because it said the triad base.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just made me think of like the Trinity.
Yeah.
Like something.
I don't think it's that, but yeah.
A crack in the circle, a hole in the world. I don't know. It just reminded me of, like, if you think of the Trinity, like the three parts of the Trinity, and then when Jesus came to earth to assume that position, like, stuff was off, and so that was a chance to...
Yeah. I wonder why. Storm of the Antichrist, harbinger of eternal night, the serpent rises from the sea, the star of madness gleaming. Storm of the Antichrist, the sword of Satan on disguise, wielded now against the face of the earth. To unleash its fiery within, yes, arise now, beast with 7 heads. Do these people believe that they're somehow going to be spared? Because it says he's got wrath against the earth. Maybe because they're on his team. Maybe
maybe
they feel like they're going to be okay.
That's going to be, they'll get a pass.
Lucifer descends in clouds of red.
Well, I've heard a lot of like, listening to like documentaries, but what's it? I don't know. You call them testimonies or what?
Yeah.
Of people that are like Satanists and stuff. I'm like, well, I don't know if it's Satanist because I get it all confused, like the different categories. Right. Like they actually worship Satan, and they believe that he's an actual real character.
Right.
Those people.
Yeah.
Well, they would like enter it a lot of times because they said like they were like promised like power and stuff like that, but like over time they began to see that they were basically a pawn and they were being controlled.
Okay.
So maybe it's like that, like where you think, oh, like I'm on his good side, like I'm one of his guys, but you're at the phase in the whole thing where you don't realize that you're actually just a pawn.
I see. Lucifer descends in clouds of red. That's a cool line.
I thought so too.
It's a cool line. Mm-hmm. 1,000 serpents at his feet, radiating light that eats the stars. That's also a cool line. Radiating light that eats the stars. Mm-hmm. And open up the emanations of the dark side. Christ hides his face in shame.
Wasn't this... Are the...
That's just funny to me.
Yeah.
You know why that's funny to me? Because the way that a lot of people portray Jesus, because they don't understand who he was before the person that we know as Jesus is, they think that things like that, like, they really think that that's how it is.
He's a warrior.
He showed up and took out those Assyrians.
Yeah.
It's like 180,000 Assyrians by himself.
Yeah.
So we don't believe that Jesus is, the Jesus that you see, the gentle Jesus, meek and mild, and and told you to love your neighbor and all that. That is absolutely authentically Jesus. For sure. And that's who he tells us to be. But that's not all of who Jesus is.
Yeah.
We believe that Jesus is there's a special character in the Old Testament who carries a divine name. And he's a divine being. He's a God.
Right.
And and he goes out and he wrecks shop, this guy. Like
Absolutely.
He hurts people. So like I can imagine a person
And there's times where he wants to wreck more shop, and God the Father's like,
right, God the Father tells him like, hey, chill out, you're good. Like, yeah, Jesus is
that's the heart of a warrior.
Yeah, Jesus is a warrior. He's the warrior class in the Trinity. From a Christian perspective. I could show you that if you'd like to have a conversation, Eric. So the idea that Christ would hide from the Antichrist is comical to me.
Yeah.
I know that it's supposed to be like insulting, and I'm supposed to go, oh my God. But I think, you know what though? I think a lot of Christians, like, I don't think that they feel like Jesus would like get up and fight and wreck shop if something like that happened. I feel
but I don't think that they would feel like he would hide his face in shame either.
No,
I don't know any Christian that
would never articulate that, but a lot of Christians have a very weak view of Jesus.
Yeah,
like,
but not that much.
They don't understand. They don't understand what they're dealing with.
No, they don't. And I don't think that they see him as a warrior or the warrior that he is. But I do not think that they would think that. If I went up to any random person that claimed to be a Christian and I said, do you think if the Antichrist shows up that Jesus is going to cover his face in shame, they would laugh in my freaking face? No
I don't
way.
know if they'd laugh.
No way. I
don't think that they would. I don't think they would appreciate the verbiage. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I don't think it would be far off from what they actually think he would do. Of course, the New Testament says that he's going to destroy the man of sin with the breath of his mouth.
Well, growing up, we thought that he was just going to be holding out because the Antichrist is coming to do his thing.
Yeah. The New Testament says that he destroys the man of sin with the breath of his mouth. He just says, be God, and that's it. It's a very anticlimactic show. It's not going to be like this. You know, he has that arm wrestling thing with the devil, and Jesus is white, the devil's all like red and black.
Yep.
You know, black people are usually with him.
No, he's mostly red. Stop it.
Yeah, and then his horn is all black.
Yeah, but...
You got blonde Jesus, European Jesus, taking care of business, wrecking shop. Yeah, I actually laughed at that. I know that's supposed to be like insulting or whatever, but I thought that was just comical. I was like, okay, we'll see. We gonna see. Not Jesus I know.
Yeah.
No, sir. That's right. Shout out to Deacon Haka, whatever his name is. Stop hiding, man. I told him, I said, yo, son, I could blitz you on the world stage here. If I was petty.
Oh, I know, yeah.
If I was petty. But I'm not petty. All right. Back to our regular scheduled program already in progress. Storm of the Antichrist, the poles collapse, the heavens die, a world in spasms, a God in tears. The levy of Jehovah.
Is that supposed to be Jesus? Now he's crying?
Well, it says the levy of Jehovah breaks, unleashing the burning flood of Satan. Legions of Azazel rise. Azazel is one of the bad guys in the intertestamental period. Nobody ever gives any love to Shem-Yaza. And Shem-Yaza was really the guy that was like planning the whole thing. But Azazel gets all the credit. What about Shem-Yaza, Eric? Shem-Yaza is really the bad one in the intertestamental literature. Azazel,
I don't know why people focus on Azazel. I do know I like the sound of that name, though.
Azazel? Well, Azazel is the only one that's mentioned in the Torah. Shem-Yaza is not mentioned in the Torah, but Azazel is. You know the goat that gets sent out to the wilderness?
Oh, yeah.
The goat that gets sent out to the wilderness on the Day of Atonement, his name is Azazel.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's not all bad?
Well, but he's not talking about that.
No, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying that the name itself is not all bad.
Or he says, or he gets, well, it's bad. It's bad. What do you give the song?
Oh, you're never gonna believe. I was giving it a 9. I liked it.
It's not the type of black metal I like. I like Magua and Batushka are like right in round zero of the type of black metal that I like as far as sonically.
Yep.
But Magua and Batushka are more like internalized, thinking about things.
Yeah.
A lot more. But this is more like militant. And I think sonically, the militancy was carried out obviously.
Yeah.
I thought there was a regular tremolo picking, but there were still some kind of thrash, heavy moments in the song. So it's an 8.8 for me.
Well, basically the same score. I thought you were going to give it a lot lower than me.
No. I like this. He's lyrically very talented. He is extremely talented as a lyricist. For sure.
No, I just can't get past when he was licking that pig head.
I don't think he was licking the pig head.
Is that one of them?
No, he wasn't licking it.
One of
But
them.
he does like shoot blood on people.
No, okay, there was
The
one
first
where there was
row.
a pig head, and they like, I don't know, dug the nut out of.
If we ever went to a WATAIN show,
Oh my god!
I'd have to make sure that we were in the first row because you would get down some blood, for sure.
I
And
can't.
he would make sure that we did too, because he knows who we are.
I don't want. No.
It depends on who the tour is with. It depends on who they're touring with.
I don't want blood on me.
I know.
I am way too OCD for that.
I know.
I can appreciate. Okay, I'm not like a fan of that, but I can appreciate why they would want to do that. Like I can see like the thing. And,
Yeah, it's a worship thing for them.
yeah, and I can see like a crowd getting into it and stuff. But
I bet you some like real hocus pocus shit would go down there if me and you went there. Somebody did the Hail Satan thing and I said Hail Jesus.
yeah,
What do you have to say
somebody
about
was
this?
just covering their face in
What do you have
shame.
to say about this, atheist? You can see all this light and shit.
Yeah.
coming out of it. And this isn't fake? Alright. Vin out.
Sorry,
Gone.
It's about to lie.